I'm ready whenever you are. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chandler High School, Chandler, Arizona, where we're having the 4th annual National Underwater Robotics Challenge. This year, students from high schools, elementary schools, universities, and a couple of professional engineers have put together machines that will be going into the Inverness Loch looking for Nessie, the underwater monster. This year, the quest for Nancy is the challenge for the students and the adults that have built their underwater remote control vehicles and will be amassing points looking for Nessie, setting bait for Nessie, and maybe with a little luck they can tag Nessie, and for once and all we will prove that Nessie does exist. We would, it's kind of unusual that we have such a national or international worldwide story going on concerning underwater robotics. We're kind of hoping, I'll let you do the sponsors. As we look at the sponsors, I'd like to point out to everybody that the underwater ROVs that are trying to cap the oil leak that is perhaps one of the United States' greatest national disasters. These kids are doing a similar task. It's a shallower pool, and frankly, it's a little more complicated. This event takes place in Chandler, Arizona, and we have a viewing room that's starting to fill up with people, but it's also being webcast around the world. So we're hoping the British Petroleum people are watching this. Maybe they'll get a few tips. Our sponsors, we will be thanking them in greater detail as time goes on during this broadcast. These are the people that are responsible for the resources and that make all of this possible. You're now looking at the pool side. The sun is set in Arizona and it'll be getting darker and darker. The missions you'll be watching this evening will all be done in the dark. The underwater robots that the kids have built have to do their own lighting. They are in charge of however they do the tasks. And it's done in dark to simulate really what it would look like hundreds or thousands of feet under the ocean. The quest for Nessie. Those that are watching us on the web, by the way, you are aware of our website, www.h2orobots.org. And among the many selections you can make besides the live webcast are the rules, videos, and a lot of the stuff we'll be going over today. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit here and kind of give you an overview of what's going on today. The government of Scotland has hired our kids, our teams out there to help find and tag the legendary Loch Ness Monster. That's right, the Loch Ness Monster. The Scottish government says they know it exists for a fact, and now they need professional robotics team to use an ROV to put a radio tag on it, as well as retrieve the egg from its nest. They don't want to send all kinds of people after it because it's dangerous and you could scare the monster. In fact, they have had too many amateurs trying to prove its existence and causing all kinds of problems, forcing the Loch Ness Coast Guard to mount several rescues. Nessie, as the locals call the monster, is very large and capable of much damage. Another reason why the Scottish government wishes to use ROVs. The authorities have contacted our groups for the outstanding reputation they have for being professional and getting a job done. They've been assigned to work with the local Loch Ness experts, who the government believe are the best and most reliable authority on Nessie. Her name is Seamus McCleary, although he looks like a guy in our video. She will be in contact with you during the preparations of the mission, and we will see a little bit from Seamus McCleary. And okay, so let's watch a little video here and get an introduction to the tasks.
For centuries, people have been claiming that there's a monster in the lake. Scores of people have eyewitness accounts and photographic evidence, but Nessie has never been absolutely proven to exist. Today, with new scientific equipment and modern video cameras, the Loch Ness Monster is now an accepted fact. It also seems that Nessie has gotten bolder and is causing more havoc than ever before. The public is terrified, and they cannot enjoy their beloved lake because of the threat and appearance of Nessie. She seems to be enjoying the attention. The Scottish government is at a loss on how to protect people from this monster. The Coast Guard has been studying Nessie and gathering data to solve the problem. Scientists from around the world have been helping out. The government doesn't want to kill her, but they want to know where she is at all times. Divers have been looking for her nest, and they think they have finally found it. A local resident, Seamus McCleary, has found a bait that attracts Nessie. The Coast Guard has created the Nessie Detection Command to track Nessie. Now all they need is someone to put a radio tag on her. The problem is finding someone with the skill and the technology to do this. The Scottish government is now asking for you and your team to step up and help out.
And that's the quest for Nessie. More specifically, what are the teams going to try to do? Well, there's a number of tasks that they can attempt. One of them would be is we have 3 different Nessie baits. So for all of the bass fishermen and fishermen, you know you need the right bait. We have 3 different kinds of baits, and they go in 3 different locations, 3 different depths. And so what they will do in their ROV is they will get a bait canister, they will take it and they have to put it in the proper place. And as we see one of the teams do it, we'll explain a little further. But it has to be in the right place at the right depth. Then they have to activate it, because until you activate the can, the bait is not released. There's 3 different baits that they have, so they can get points for each and every one that they do. Also, what they can do is they can try to find Nessie's nest. Just finding it is worth some points, but if they can get to Nessie's nest and get to the egg, because there's an egg in the nest, and measure the temperature of the egg, that's important information. It's also worth a lot of points in this competition. Also, they need to measure the depth. How deep is the egg underneath the water? It seems trivial for us because we just use a tape measure, but it's a little more difficult in the water when your robot is under the water to know how deep he is below the surface. Then if they want, they don't have to, they can remove Nessie's egg and bring it to the surface where we have a special incubator for it. The danger in that is if they drop the egg or they lose the egg. Because at the end of the competition, if that egg is either not back in the nest or in the incubator, that's a major penalty, because we don't want to damage perhaps the one and only offspring of Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. There's also a couple of other things they can do. They can activate one of 3 different sonar targeting devices. After Nessie has been detected by the Nessie Detection Command, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, they can follow one of 3 directions that they're given, and when they get there, if they find the